BDO South Africa has announced that Kapela Holdings, a majority black-owned investment company, has purchased 30% of BDO SA Advisory Services, a company through which BDO conducts all its non-audit related assignments. We are joined in studio by Mr. Israel Skosana, the chairman of Kapela Holdings, to tell us a little bit more about the deal. Good morning, Mr. Skosana.
Good morning, ma'am.
Thank you very much for joining us. The deal formed? What was the inspiration behind Kapela Holdings investing in BDO?
Yes, firstly, Kapela Holding, it's a majority black-owned company which take strategic stakes in companies that we believe that they have a good growth prospect, sustainable kind of earnings, good management, and indeed companies that are actually prepared to accept the whole concept of transformation within the organization. So BDO basically fit that kind of a criterion that we use, that excellent offering, and we believe that the service industry, it is a growth industry, so we're basically attracted from that point of view, and indeed that from the leadership point of view, they actually accepted the issue that a black company can actually involve with them in growing that business.
Yeah, and it's the first BEE deal for the South African accounting sector. Now, it's a good thing that it's happening. Also, on the other side, it raises some concerns as to what makes it difficult to enter into BEE deals in this particular industry.
Right, and it is actually the first in a sense that having an external company buying in an auditing environment. What you find, existing sort of auditing firms, they will have, as an example, their advisory services, but that will be basically an organic growth from the broader audit side. They will have their own people from the auditing, as an example, coming in that advisory environment. Whereas here, a different strategy was used to say, let's have a black organization, obviously with the right type of skills and acumen to come in within the organization. So I think that's really where the little bit of the difference is.
Okay, and BDO South Africa Advisory Services is actually the company through which BDO conducts all its non-audit related assignments.
Right.
So it's a division of BDO's, if we can just clear that out.
Right. It is a main business. I think the difference, as you rightfully say, it's not an auditing division. The auditing division, it's got its own requirements. All the members or the partners or the directors of the auditing have to be chartered accountants. As an example, within Kapela, we not necessarily all chartered accountants. I am a chartered accountant, but my other colleagues are not necessarily chartered accountants. That's why there's that particular also separation to focus on the advisory services, which I would explain later on as to what does this actually entail. We need to have people with broader type of a business experience, because advisory services is really addressing the needs, providing solutions to the customers out there, not necessarily audit related solutions.
Okay, so what exactly does that business
Right,
do?
as an example, BDO, they have a corporate finance division, which will be a division, as an example, assisting companies in mergers and acquisitions, doing the due diligences. If, for instance, a company needs a sponsor for GSC, they will play that role of sponsorship, just among other things. They have a very excellent tax division, which I would like to believe is also among the best basically in the country, where that division basically advises corporate South Africa, medium-sized businesses and some large businesses in all the tax-related issues. We also have a division that basically deal with medium-sized businesses in terms of preparing their financial statements, preparing their monthly accounts, preparing the payroll for these organizations. In fact, some of the other larger organizations actually do use that division for payroll purposes. As an example, for confidentiality purposes, we've got the capability in dealing with that. Just to
So there is quite a lot that business deals with. And how was this deal financed? How has it been funded?
Right. I would like to talk about the funding thereof, but I would like to mention that this is a business that, as we talk now, it's making in excess of 160 million turnover, and we don't have any doubt in our minds that by next year we should be reaching about 200 million in terms of turnover. So it is a sizable business, And yes, there have been monies that we have to invest in that, but it's something that I would like to discuss.
Okay, lastly, Mr. Skosana, how does Kapela Holdings intend to look after its investment in BDO? Will you be playing an active role in the company?
Right, I would call it maybe semi-active role, semi in a sense that we are not necessarily going to be full-time within BDO. We will, as an example, in a person like myself, I will even be part of the EXCO that is with my other colleague Fatima Abrams, will be part of the decision, that structure that really make key decisions within the organization. But not only that, we get involved in terms of assisting them in a number of ways. As an example, we've already started getting involved on the strategy side. Again, with our backgrounds, expertise, we try and share with them as to how we can basically take the organization forward. So that is really going to be our involvement in this regard. Obviously, if there's any need that they have, we are basically at their call and back.
Okay, thank you very much. We'll leave it there.
Thank you very much, ma'am. I appreciate it.
Thank you. That was Mr. Israel Skosana, the chairman of Kapela Holdings.